Hey there, lovely individuals. How are you doing? We require a great deal more of what Trump and Elon Musk are doing right now for the American people. I must admit, I truly admire it. I have to tell you that some of the things I'm about to tell you will definitely be beneficial for XRP's price in the future. And I'll be discussing a lot of fascinating topics, such Trump tariffs and many more. Although I have voiced my disapproval of certain aspects of Trump's tariffs, his recent statements have significantly altered my outlook on their potential continuation. We will delve into that. We'll dive into the American legal system, the changes happening there, and the incredible impact this will have on XRP and HBAR in particular. For starters, let's simply talk about this. In a recent retweet, Elon Musk essentially said that George Soros had received $260 million from USAID and was using the money to undermine the American legal system. The post came from the Wall Street Mav. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It turns out that George Soros was so involved with many political entities such as USAID that he was actually benefiting directly from them, all while using public money. Everyone thought he was bribing politicians with his own money. What a boon for the cryptocurrency market that the swamp's notorious murkiness is finally being obvious to all with irrefutable proof. Before we go into the reasons behind that, I feel obligated to address tariffs and the impact on the economy, as I know many of you are unprepared. Start with the fact that the EU has recently proposed reducing tariffs on American automobiles in particular. After Trump threatened Europe with tariffs, the continent basically said, okay, we can lower these tariffs to make your cars more competitive. This is in response to the fact that many European, Japanese and Chinese countries already impose specific taxes on certain US industries in an effort to make those products less competitive in their markets and boost sales for European automakers. Of course, I was against the Canadian tariffs because, well, Canada doesn't really impose taxes on the United States. So when Trump decided to impose tariffs on the United States, I thought, wow, that's really unexpected. On the other hand, I can understand the European Union and Japan, since those two regions do impose duties on the United States. To the contrary, they reap enormous benefits and generate substantial income from it. I understand that this is a major issue for the US auto industry, but I believe that imposing tariffs on countries that are already imposing them can help bring them to the negotiating table and make the US more competitive. However, I also believe that this will lead to a more interconnected world where people will be more respectful of each other, especially since Trump recently made a major announcement regarding his plans for reciprocal tariffs. Another piece of good news, which we're going to get into the reciprocal tariffs in 1 second, but another awesome thing just relating to justice is the Tornado Cash co-founder Alexei is actually released from prison. So a lot of people that are involved with these crypto projects that were thrown in jail are getting released. And this is, I think, a really great step forward for the Trump administration and the Republicans to really regain back the trust of the people. But okay, right now, President Trump is saying that Elon Musk's Doge is going to be auditing the Pentagon spending. Okay, I never thought we would see the day that this would happen. We all know that the Pentagon is extremely corrupt, but we can see here it just is becoming more evident just how corrupt they are in 2024. They failed their 7th consecutive financial audit, unable to account for more than $824 billion if you add up every single year that the Pentagon has failed their financial audits and how much money is missing. It is now in the trillions of dollars. Where are these trillions of dollars going? You might be wondering, well, some of it is going to figures like George Soros through government agencies such as USAID and countless others. Other parts of it is just going straight into the pockets of politicians. But I really just want to play this statement right here from Trump because it really shows that he means business. And I got to say, there's no room for corruption in the government. It's so great that this is happening now and we're going. I'm extremely proud of the work that this group of people, mostly young but intelligent individuals, are doing. They're doing it at my urging. It would be much easier not to do it. But we need to dissect some of these things to find the corruption. We found tremendous corruption in the sitting president's statements, and we're going to keep looking at the Department of Education and the military as examples. We're talking about trillions of dollars here, Peter, being spent on things that don't amount to anything and have no value. In the end, all of this money will be completely wasted. This is going to be insane. Elon Musk has stated that he wants all government agencies to operate on the blockchain to provide full transparency. So that's what they're going to do for the rest of this year. They'll save taxpayers trillions of dollars in misappropriated funds. Just USAID is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to corruption. What do you guys think this is going to do for the US economy? Well, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal, and it's also setting a precedent for the rest of the world, because everybody is watching this right now. As a Canadian myself, I'm now thinking we need a Doge in our government. We need somebody overseeing all of this misappropriated funds, because I know what happens in the Canadian government. I know what happens in the EU, and I think all of us can agree we do not want our taxpayer funds, our hard-earned money, to be misappropriated as these politicians just continuously raise the taxes so that they can steal more from us. That is absolutely unreal. There should be no politician that exists that has a $150,000 salary but a multi-million-dollar net worth. That just does not make any sense. These people are stealing from the public, and we got to stand against this. And yes, XRP and HBAR are indeed the answer. Now, going back to the tariff talk for one more quick minute here, we can see that President Trump is going to be issuing reciprocal tariffs to match those imposed by other countries. I fully support this. American industry needs to be treated fairly. And if there is a tariff on US cars in Europe, US needs to match that so that every single, EU car in America is essentially costing the same amount extra as US cars are in Europe. And of course, anywhere else in the world that's doing this in any industry should also be, of course, considering that as well. This overall will slow down markets just a little bit, but long term, it's going to be great for the United States economy. And that gives me a lot of confidence that markets are going to do really well, especially the cryptocurrency markets, which are now being seen as, the solution to all of these corruption problems, all of these financial issues and costly transactions. All of it can be solved by cryptocurrency, amongst many other issues that I haven't even mentioned here. And speaking of that, Ripple is doing something really cool right now when it comes to tokenized assets. You can see that the custody market is set to exceed $100 billion by 2033. And to stay ahead, custodians are going to need a bank-grade security, 24/7 access and compliance, all of which is offered at Ripple custody. So I just got to say, Ripple is really positioning themselves better than pretty much any single other asset class in the space. They are continuously building products on the XRP ledger, which will be providing the services that the world does need in the future. They're thinking 8 years ahead, 2033. There are building systems that are going to completely revolutionize the way that government works today, as is HBAR. So my message there is to not sleep on any of these products, guys. They're going to absolutely change the way that we see the world in every single way. And it's going to basically, if we use them right, completely eliminate all forms of corruption. So if you guys want to make maximum use of this bull cycle, make sure that you sign up on BTCC using my link to get your 10 deposit bonus and also up to $10,000 in extra bonuses per individual user, guys, not divided amongst all of you per user, and also get those 40 lower trading fees. Take a look at the description for the link to join up. And until we meet again, take care.